guys, and welcome to today's skincare video, or as I can also call it, the very first episode of my Korean Skincare 101 series. This series was inspired by the book The Korean Skincare Bible, The Ultimate Guide to K-Beauty Secrets. This book talks about Korean beauty in general. It talks about the history, their ingredients, how they create their products, and what are the 10 steps in this skincare regimen that everyone is talking about. In my series, I'm going to go through all these steps video by video. So if you want to make sure that you see all my episodes, then remember to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you will see every time I come out with a new episode. But in today's video, we are going to talk about the basics. So this video is mainly for those who are very beginners and they want to start from scratch. They want to create the most basic and must-have skincare routine. Or for those who have problems with their skincare routine, maybe they are purging from the product they're using, or they had just too much and want to go back to the core of the skincare routine and how everything starts. So this video, just like the book, is very much for beginners. I think this book had a lot of good information for beginners. I don't think I found too many new informations because I've been obsessed with K-beauty for over 1.5 to 2 years. So I did my own research on many of the things. I am by no means an expert, but I read a lot about it. I listen to a lot of things regarding K-beauty. So just take my tips and infos from one skincare junkie to the other.
1, 2, 3, funk it.
My darling, I love you, 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 I love you.
So even though K-beauty has 10 steps that everyone is talking about, today we are only going to talk about the very basics. And that starts out by figuring out two things: your skin type and your skin concerns. You can have different skin types. They're dry, sensitive, oily, and combination. I'm combination because I'm oily in my T-zone and normal around the rest of my face, and I'm also slightly sensitive because my skin is sensitive to touch, although it's not sensitive for ingredients or fragrance. It might be that your skin is sensitive for different things, let's say fragrances, and it's very important to know because you have to take that into consideration when you're buying products. So when you figured out what is your skin type, you have to move on to the second most important thing. What is your skin concern and what is what you're trying to target? This can be anti-aging, so for example, fine lines and wrinkles. It can be acne, dark spots or sunspots, they are different things, or skin texture. There can be also many other things, but these are the most common. And we are not going to that much into detail about these in today's video because in my opinion, to target these, you mainly need actives, and those are not the basic steps. Those are not that you start with when you are a beginner in skincare and you're building the core of your skincare routine. So what I want you to do after this video is try to figure out your skin type. I'll try to link some videos where you can see how you can do that, because you will need that to be able to choose the right product for your skincare routine. And now let's mention those 3 steps that are the non-negotiable, and these are cleansing, moisturizing, and SPF. And when I say that these are the must-haves for skincare routine, it doesn't mean you need them both evening and morning or morning and evening. There are some steps that you don't need to do in the morning and there are some steps you don't need to do in the evening. But these steps you have to have at some point of the day. So step number 1, cleansing. When we talk about cleansing, I like to talk about double cleansing because I think at the end of the day, in the evening, you must do a double cleanse. And the reason for that is one type of cleanse or one-time cleanse will not get rid of everything you collect throughout the day on your face. So when you talk about double cleansing, you have 2 steps, obviously. Number 1 is an oil-based cleanser, and the second one is a water-based cleanser. An oil-based cleanser is there to get rid of your oil-based makeup, the excess sebum, SPF, and basically all the gunk that comes through your skin throughout the whole day. Even if you're a guy or a girl who doesn't wear makeup, you still have SPF. I hope you have SPF on your face because you should wear it every single day. But let's say you had a terrible day and for some reason you forgot to put your SPF on. You still should wash your face because all that excess sebum needs to go away. And by washing it one time, I'm not sure you could get rid of everything. It's just better to use an oil-based cleanser so it can break out all those excess sebum, and then you can go in with your water cleanser. For oil-based cleansers, you will find two different types. One of them is an oil balm and the other is a pure oil cleanser. I personally prefer oil balms because I don't like oils. Usually I don't like using oils on my face and I find them less messy. I mean, I find oil balms less messy. So basically you have them in a balm form, you scoop a little bit out, then you massage them into your face so it melts off everything off your face. Then with water you emulsify it and then you go in on your damp skin with your second step cleanse, which is your water-based cleanse. That water-based cleanse is there to get rid of the the dirt from your face. It can be leftover makeup, it can be leftover from your oil-based cleanser, because you also don't want to have leftover oil on your face at the end of the day. So you go in with your second step, and if you're on a budget, you do not need to have two different cleansers. You can do, for example, 2 times water-based cleanser. So when you think about cleansers, these are the ones that can be very stripping for your skin. Often we can experience that, for example, foaming cleansers are very drying for your skin. Of course, there are exceptions, because the one I'm using is a foaming cleanser and I love it so much. It's not stripping at all. It's almost moisturizing, I would say. So it's very important that you find one cleanser that actually matches your skin type. And here comes what we talked about just before. When you are choosing an oil-based cleanser, it doesn't matter. You don't have to take into consideration your skin. An oil-based cleanser is an oil-based cleanser. But when it comes to water-based cleanser, then there are more focuses on your skin types. For example, for oily skin, you're not gonna need the same type of item as for a dry skin person. So what I would recommend is to go after the product that fits your skin type, just to make sure that you're not gonna be overly stripping on your skin. And here's where I want to mention that I think cleansing in the morning is not a necessity. You can feel it, of course, on your face when you wake up in the morning. Some days I just rinse my face with a splash of water, and some other days when I wake up a little bit more greasy, I go in with my gel cleanser in the morning, but I never do a deep or double cleanse in the morning because I do not find it necessary. And I actually found it a little bit drying when I used to do that in the morning. So cleansing is something that I would say you should stick to in the evening, and in the morning it's really not a must-have. Then we arrive to step number 2, and that is moisturizing. Moisturizing is super important, especially after cleansing, because as I mentioned before, it's a very drying step, or it can be a very drying step. So it's a good idea to go in with your moisturizer when your skin is slightly still damp after washing your face. And for that I can bring up an example that goes around on the internet, and that is the sponge anecdote. So if you think about a sponge, or even a beauty sponge, when your sponge or your skin is more wet, it will soak up way more product into itself. And it's the same with your skin. So when you go in with your moisturizer, in this case, on your damp skin, it will more likely soak it in and let it moisturize to 100%. There's not much more explanation what you need about what a moisturizer does. It moisturizes your skin. And even though all moisturizers do the same, it's good to choose something that fits your needs and skin type once again. So for example, in the morning, I like to go with a more gel-like and lighter consistency moisturizer. And then in the evening, I'll go in with my richer and heavier creams because my skin needs it way more. You have to really find the perfect one for you. Also in the morning, because in the morning, for example, when you want to put makeup over your moisturizer, it also has to be light enough and easily absorbent enough for you to be able to put makeup on without lathering that up later on. And then last but not least, we arrive to step number 3, and that is SPF. SPF is obviously something that you need to use only in the morning. There's no need for you to use that in the evening, but every morning you must use it, no matter if you're inside or outside, because the UV rays will come through your window as well. Right now I'm sitting very close to my window, and of course I have my usual 50 SPF sunscreen on my face because those UV rays are coming through my window. We can talk about two different kinds of SPFs. One is chemical and the other is physical. And the difference between them is when we talk about physical SPF, we talk about SPF where the ingredients sit on your skin and basically reflect the UV rays back from your skin. And then when we talk about chemical SPF, we talk about SPF that absorbs the UV rays and then release it back as infrared rays. That's basically the scientific difference behind them. But what you have to keep in mind is that if you have sensitive skin, then rather go for a chemical one, because people with sensitive skin tend to get irritated by chemical SPFs. So I wouldn't risk it too much. Although, based on my experience, I can see many SPFs are kind of mixed. So they are both chemical and physical sunscreens. So if you want to be 100% sure with your sensitive skin, then find one that is entirely a physical sunscreen, because that will be more safe for you. The negative thing about physical sunscreens though is that they are more likely to leave a white cast that no one really enjoys, especially if you're wearing makeup over it. It's not that comfortable to wear it over. And also they are more likely to be greasy and heavy on the skin. I think if you are trying to buy an SPF, go the Korean way, because K-Beauty have so many different SPFs that are actually nice on your skin. Of course, no one enjoys wearing sunscreen, but they are not as bad as some of the Western ones you can buy here. And you know, even if they are uncomfortable to wear, it will be even more uncomfortable when you look into the mirror when you're 40 and you look like 60. And here we actually arrive to the point why you need to wear SPF. And it's not only because of the dangers of sun and the obvious illnesses that it can cause, but it is also the #1 reason for premature aging. And I heard this saying that nothing looks better in your 40s than wearing SPF in your 20s. And it's true, or at least I hope this to be true. I have been wearing SPF every day for 1.5 years now, and I'm not going to stop ever, and I advise the same to you as well. But yeah, these were the 3 main basic steps that you must follow for a very basic and really must-have skincare routine. Now we can move on to some of the tips that I think I should share with you, because it's not enough to have the steps. There are some rules, tips basically, that are good to follow. The very first being is consistency and patience. Like with everything in life, you have to be consistent with your skincare. If you don't keep up, if you're not doing it every single day, morning and night, it is not going to be as effective. And if you just take one thing, let's say 2 from this video, then just remember to cleanse every single night. Do a double cleanse or a deep cleanse, and use SPF every day, because some SPFs can actually work as moisturizer if you have, for example, an oily skin. I'm not saying not to wear moisturizer, but SPF is just so important. So just remember to keep doing it every day, no matter how tired or busy you are. It will pay off at the end. And also, don't be surprised if in the start you don't get results. Nothing will happen in the first 1-2 days, maybe even weeks. It takes time for your skincare to work and for you to see results, but it is really worth it. That leads me to the second point, which is listening to your skin. When you're using these basic steps, I don't think that many crazy things can happen, but you still should listen to your skin. Your skin will show you if it doesn't like a product, and maybe it's not good enough for your skin, or it's not really a good match for your skin type. Just listen to your skin, maybe even take pictures just so you can actually see the results and how your skin is actually turning out from your routine. Third tip is to be hygienic, and I don't think I have to go into too much detail about it, but every time before you go and do your skincare, wash your hands. I think that's a basic and everyone knows it, but also try not to touch your face too much during the day. I know it can be a little bit difficult sometimes, because I also it's not like I'm picking on my face or anything, but I just, you know, lay on my face or do something, and it's not good. We have so many bacteria on your hands, we should not really touch our faces. And the other thing is our phones. I think it's of course normal that you put your phone to your face, because when you have to talk on your phone, you often do that. But try to use some sanitizer on your phone sometimes, preferably once a day or a few times a week, because your phone has more bacteria than a toilet. And I know it's kind of disgusting, but it's just something to keep in mind, because you touch your phone, then you touch your face with the same hands and same fingers. It's just something to keep in mind, and I think it will actually help you a lot if you keep that sanitized. And last but not least, remember that your skincare doesn't end here. Your skincare is supposed to go all the way down to your neck, or even down to your décolletage. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it should go down all the way here, and I'm really bad at that. I usually bring it only till my neck, and I know I should be better at it, but it's just so inconvenient. So if not all the way here, at least try to do it till your neck area, because your skin or your neck is even more fragile than on your face, and you will see signs of aging earlier on your neck than you will see on your face. I already have some tag lines, which I hate, and I don't think I can reverse them because I keep looking at my phone like this. So remember that, and put all your products that you use on your face also on your neck. And yes, that was it. I hope it didn't become too much, too detailed, but I also hope you got enough information so you feel ready to start your skincare journey. I didn't want to make it too fact heavy. I just wanted you to know, to have the base, the what and whys, and I hope this will push you a little bit more to actually start your skincare routine and stick to it, because if you do so, I can promise you that you will see some results. And yes, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments which episode you are most looking forward for. And again, if you want to see those next episodes, then remember to subscribe and hit the ring or the notification button. I actually don't know how that works, but if you do that, then you will get a notification when I come out with new videos. So yes, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you at my next one. Bye!